Hey, happy KOTG Tuesday.
Good evening, everyone.
What's up, guys?
Hey-o.
Whoa, Olee.
Nice.
Hey,
Nice lawn ornament there, Olee.
Yeah. Bobblehead O.
Yeah, watch out. Big headed rascal.
he can never leave the yard now, so he's just a disembodied head.
I still can't figure out this light. I'll keep working with it.
That's so awesome. You should just rock back and forth during the show, Olee, so your head just kind of floats around, you know?
Turn it like a Melnor sprinkler, man. Well, happy
That's
Tuesday,
awesome.
guys. We're back at it
boys.
again. Episode 65. 65, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Excited to be here.
55.
And hey, a shout out to everybody in the live chat. We appreciate you guys joining us still after 65 episodes, coming in here, hanging out, having a good chat. I see LTZ still trying to get that number one spot, but I think the rest you beat him again tonight. So, but shout out to everybody else. I saw Girls Lawn in here. She's last week's KOTG Lawn of the Week winner. She slept through her winning episode, but she's here to rein in and welcome the new person tonight. So good to see you, PJ. Who else we got? Of course, Prez, Drunk Lawn Guy. We've been having some fun in the Discord this week. For those that don't know, the Lawn of the Week has a Discord in there. So if you have been Lawn of the Week before and somehow you got booted out of the Instagram chat, hit up Prez and he'll approve you to come on the Discord or not. But we're gonna have a fun episode tonight, guys. But before we do that, I think we all like to grab a glass and keep off the grass.
Ew.
So you guys know I'm a big Mountain Dew connoisseur. I'm gonna have to change my ways here in a little bit, but if you look at my screen, there's a new one that came out. It's called Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew.
Devil? I was going to say, is that like a Cheetos?
Yeah.
Mountain Dew?
So it's like a Cheetos Mountain Dew. So it tastes citrusy like a Code Red, but then after a couple seconds after you swallow it, you get hit with that little fireball taste down your throat.
I've been
So
told
it doesn't
that.
actually taste like a Cheeto. It just has that spice at the end.
Yeah, no, it doesn't taste like a
that
Cheeto.
would be gross.
Yeah, not liquefied Cheetos, but it's just a
Oh,
little
good.
spicy. So
All right.
that's my new
give that a
find.
try.
But yeah, all right. So
I think you're muted, Isaac. I didn't hear you. I see
Yep,
your
there you
mouth
go.
moving.
all right, so tonight we have Isaac with Melnor joining us. He's going to talk a little bit about the company, answer your guys' questions. There's quite a few, I know, at least cast members that have Melnor sprinklers. So some of you guys in the chat may have it as well. And anything that he says sparks questions, feel free to ask. We just kind of keep it loose around here. So, Isaac, go ahead and we appreciate you jumping on and talking with our viewers here and our listeners. So tell us a little bit more about Melnor, what you do with the company, and a little background of that.
Yeah, actually, you're on mute still. Make sure I don't got you muted on mine.
He was working earlier. See, is your computer on mute? Not just the Zoom, but your computer itself. Did you mute the actual computer?
Make sure the mic's selected on that. A little bit.
I heard you a little bit.
Oh, there it was. Yeah.
Right, maybe
There we
There you
go.
go.
Yep.
I got you.
my
Cool.
fault. And 2 for 2. Starting- but as they said, thank you guys for having me on. I work with Melnor. I'm a recent grad at a college. They brought me in to basically help with user-generated content, and that's what I started with last summer. Just kind of poking around social media. We had a Facebook, but we didn't have an Instagram. We didn't have a Twitter. We didn't have a Pinterest. And although we tried out that route. We didn't want to keep going with that. But yeah, Melnor's been the premier lawn and garden oscillating sprinkler product company for about 76 years now, ongoing. Proud of our history. We feel like just in a way to compare it to any other brand, Melnor was the very first company to bring on the oscillating sprinkler. So back in 1946, Norman and a couple of his buddies, they set out to figure out how to solve an issue that they were having with their lawn. And at the time, the only sprinklers that were available were sprinklers that basically shot up straight in the air, and there wasn't anything that saturated the sides of the lawn. And so in his hopes to get green grass, he developed the first water actuated lawn sprinkler. And over the years, that's transformed to multi-pattern lawn sprinklers, nozzles, quick connects.
So are you talking about the ones that do like the ones just kind of go back and forth like that mechanism? Did they patent that? Like, did they have a patent on that way back when? Because there's tons of brands that do that. Are they different designs now, or is it like the patents expired and now they all can? I mean, what's up with that? Just curious.
We have 155 active patents, and the designs. A lot of people have gotten pretty creative with the designs. So in a way, they're able to make new patents or license those patents. So
okay, that's cool though.
Yeah. Melnor, the way I'm trying to bring this full circle, a company that's kind of been at the frontier of product development and innovation in their category. I would compare us to Coca-Cola. And if you guys have any other suggestions, or if anybody in the chat can kind of compare that or maybe bring something up. But yeah, I mean, proud of our history. We've worked our way up from true grassroots. Our owners way back when, they started with a simple product. They discovered a simple problem, and then they continued on from there. So trying to every year we're striving to create products that give people exactly what they need, solve problems, and be in the back pocket of people's minds, and continue helping out the lawn and garden community. So yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah, so you guys are like an actual American company, which is really cool. You say you're based, where are you based out of? Virginia?
Winchester, Virginia.
Winchester, Virginia. That's awesome.
I didn't know it's funny, when I first started with Melnor, they had been a company, because of the fact that they were so successful with product innovation and creating products that do the job that they set out to do. We never really dabbled in community. We never really tried to get out, and through the course of the last couple of years, we're definitely changing that, and we're definitely trying to pique the interests of the people that are using our products. And this is a great way to reach out to that community. I mean, you guys are the engine that's keeping everything going, and America's a beautiful state, and there's a lot of reasons why. So we just hope that we can be a part of that and continue to innovate awesome products.
Yeah. So you guys you guys make sprinklers. I mean, just keeping it dumbed down here. So you guys make sprinklers and hose ends.
So I guess you could categorize it as hose and watering tools. So anything that connects to a hose that you use to either water your lawn, water your flower bed, hedges, shrubs, even if you want to water your car, if you want to spray your dog in the face, anything like that. Yeah, hose and watering tools is pretty much our niche. Gotten pretty good at it, so just going to continue.
Do you guys find that you're bigger in other parts of the country than you are in another part, I guess you could say?
I would say, and I'm sure that you guys have kind of experienced some of this as through your own journey and goals that you guys have individually and as a group. everything lives and dies by the weather, and especially this past year with frosts extending past a lot of, average frost dates that have been in place, that affects things. And, the timing of when people start bringing out their equipment, the timing of when people want to start placing annuals and perennials. But edges like coastal regions, hot summer, full season arid regions. California is a big state. Texas, Florida, any area that stays warm year round. And as far as like the West Coast versus East Coast goes, we know that the West Coast is generally more predominant for in-ground irrigation. So, prepare for that. And but it's a seasonal business, and we all know that. And we try to make products that help, help with that. So
yeah, so I know Bill Pharm Dad, he has like a whole above ground system that he's built that essentially is like an underground or in-ground sprinkler system. So I think that was pretty cool when I first saw, and I had never seen any of those smaller sprinkler heads that do that.
The mini max, right?
Oscillating.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? The mini max heads or something like that?
Yeah, Mini Max Turbo XT, something like that. Yeah, it's a long one.
Well, in with it's in talking about hose end watering tools, there's only so many product categories that we have and we make products for. So ways that we can build our products around innovation wise is giving the consumers more adjustability. And so with the Mini Max, and up until the Mini Max, there wasn't a 4-way adjustable oscillating sprinkler on the market. It had just been 3-way. So features like flow control, range control, width control, and then the 360 degree. I mean, that changes the game. You can go from, someone that has just a generic rectangular lawn. Yeah, it's perfect. But then what about the people that have, angled lawns, or people that have trees in their lawn, or people that have play sets in their lawn?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Mini Max Plus, it's also very compact. I mean, the oscillating sprinklers back in the 60s and 70s, they weighed close to 20 pounds, and the Mini Max, I think, weighs less than 5 pounds. So, I mean, you're not going to be breaking your back carrying.
But don't say that. Bill was trying to carry 10 of those around, trying to say they were 20 pounds each. But.
Yeah, right. Acting like they were massive. Yeah. No, that wasn't the intent, but yeah, no, I like those sprinklers a lot. When my very first overseed, when I just bought the house, had just moved in like the, January. So we got into like the summer months, the lawn died off. I didn't know what I was doing. So then I was like, okay, this fall I need to do some seeding, and watched a crap ton of YouTube videos, looked things up online, went to the Mizzou extension, all this stuff. And I wanted sprinklers that, could oscillate to get the whole area, because it was basically rectangles. I had my front yard, my backyard, and then 2 slim patches on the sides. And the fan style ones are just super wide. And I wanted that domination line between me and my neighbor. I didn't want the water going. So I was Googling, looking around for like adjust the width. And that's how I found you guys. And I was like, oh, this, you could twist it, turn it, and all that kind of stuff. So I got one for those thin areas, but still use the fan ones for my main front. Then after my overseeding, those fan ones that sit on your grass, turns it all yellow, and you can see those imprints. And I'm like, oh crap, my intent is to like do this during the summertime so it doesn't die off as well. So if I have these yellow patches, so I was like, well, if I buy more of those XTs, because it's just that one spike and there's very little of that metal touching the grass. So when you remove it to mow, and if you don't need it, or when you have friends or whoever come over, you don't have these yellow, imprints in your yard from the sprinkler. So those are the 2 draws that I was like, I love these things. I think I have like 5 of them. I bought 6. So my kid ran his Power Wheels over one of them. They're not super sturdy, but they're super adjustable. So he broke. So just be careful. Don't run over them. But no, they were great, man. And so yeah, I loved them. So I was like, well, I want a real timer now. And I was looking for timers. Like, well, crap. I really like their sprinklers. Let's try their timer. So I bought the Melnor timer, the little 4-way timer, and that thing's worked great. I've used it every year since. So yeah, I mean, that's what I've used as my setup for my past lawn. And then, yeah, last year you guys hooked me up with a new Bluetooth one. So I'll bust that out this year. And I'm excited because that's the one downside is having to run out to turn it off because you can't do it from your phone. But
Yeah,
you do that, it'll be cool. And they're not even that expensive. So like relatively speaking. So yeah, that's what I like about it.
That
So Isaac, when
is
did
something
you
I'm
guys-
getting this year. I'm gonna get a timer this year for 2 years.
Dude, it's game changer.
You
You'll
and
love
Nate have
it.
been telling me for 2 years. Get a freaking timer for your sprinklers. And I keep putting it off and I keep forgetting. And I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should have gotten that timer. This year, I'm committing
it's a game.
Good.
to getting a time. I am going to get a timer for my little DIY.
Plus on those
Sprinkler setup.
Bluetooth timers, and I'm not sure what you guys or anybody watching right now is experienced with timers, but most of the time the digital timers, they only come with so many cycles you can set in. And then our Bluetooth, the Bluetooth timer has each zone you can program 12 different cycles into. So, sitting from the couch, changing programs. And then, with innovation like our soil moisture sensor, especially in areas like California, Nevada, where there may or may not be as much rain, when that rain does come, you don't want to overwater and then maybe get in trouble with, the government there. I know there are some fines in place for some counties, but yeah, they're really awesome, and I love mine, so I use it all the time. And last summer when I first got into Melnor, it was just like a kid in a candy shop playing around with everything. So
I actually didn't even think about it until just now, and we talked about it last year, Bill, we talked about it on the irrigation show, but I actually have the Melnor programmable one.
Yeah.
And I use that, and I just thought about that. Yeah, that is the one I used.
What do you think about it?
I liked it. Yeah, it was. Actually, I think I have two because I needed it for 30,000 square feet, and so I had a hose splitter on my spigot, and I had two of them, and then so I had 8 zones.
Yeah.
And that's how I did it 2 years ago on my backyard.
That's a big
But,
setup.
yeah, I liked it. I don't even know if I had to replace the batteries, to be honest.
Yeah.
how was your water pressure with that, having two set up like that? If you had all 8
So I
zones-
had it on a timer where only 2 heads were running at once.
So
each
they were
zone-
never more than 2 at a time.
Each zone. So yeah, it would run the cycle was a long time to get everything through, but 2 heads per zone. So
Anything more than 2 heads is just you're getting greedy.
Yeah.
Hey, Isaac, there's a couple of questions coming in through the chat. Somebody wants to know if the Bluetooth water timer, if you have to be in range of your phone to actually work, or is that something that connects to your Wi-Fi at home?
So right now, because it's just Bluetooth, you have to be in range. And we had a product called the Rain Cloud Smart Water Timer, and that was a Wi-Fi timer. Our engineering team is working on rebuilding that and bringing out a new Rain Cloud product. But right now, the Bluetooth right now is you have to be in range, and we recommend being outside when you're like setting up and everything. But then obviously when you go in and make little edits and things like that, you can do that. We just recommend you got to be within 30 feet. So
Okay.
That's
cool.
That's still pretty good. That's a pretty good range, I guess is what I wanted.
I'm saying if that, relative to the cost of the ones where say you could do it on your drive home from work, or if you're at the office and you're like, oh crap, the rain's coming, let me just log onto the app and turn it off. Like those ones are out there, but they're way more expensive. I think for the price, this one basically saves me from having to leave my front stoop and get wet to turn them off. Like that's the thing I'm looking at, is like, it's very similar to the other one as far as all the settings it has to offer, which is great. But now I have the benefit of not having to run outside to actually manually turn it off when it's raining. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, it would be cool if you could do it on your drive home from work or whatever, but the ones that are out there are way more expensive.
out of curiosity, what what would be for that type of technology, the type of where you can, when you drive home from work, turn it off if you know rain's coming? What would be a group price range for that? What would you guys all consider reasonable, and then maybe a little bit out of reach, and then way too out of reach?
Brian?
Well, I can tell you I have a Wi-Fi controller timer. It's 11 zones, so I could control 11 zones, and I paid about $250 for it, and it was on sale, so it was normally about $300. But it actually connects to my Wi-Fi, and so I can be, and this also helps me because I travel a lot for work. I live in Utah, but say in 2 weeks I travel to California. Well, I can actually monitor my sprinkler system. I can turn it on and off. It's got some predictive stuff to it as well. If it's going to rain, it will accommodate for that, and it may not turn on, or if it may be super windy, it may not turn on as well. But I like that feature that, hey, you know what? Grass looked a little dry when I drove away for work today. It's not set to run, but when I get into the office, I can open up my app and I can run it for an hour or something like that. So very, and like Olee got it because he has to go walk 3 acres at a time. He doesn't want to walk out to check on a sprinkler head where he can just, and then walk back to the garage and turn on, turn off, where he can stand out there in the field and turn the app on him, and the sprinkler head pops up and he can check it to make sure it's working correctly and it's the right radius and the right length and depth and stuff. So that's really the draw.
He's in Utah, so I mean, to give that, I mean, it's like pretty much mandatory there. Like he's dry,
Yeah.
so
if you don't have a sprinkler system, you would seriously be standing out there every day doing it, and it's just not worth it. It's worth to have that in ground. But no, in Phoenix, I had an old timer, right? I would go and I'd program, okay, run every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it ran from 7 to 8, and then this zone ran 8 to 8:30 or whatever. And I didn't really, it was okay, it worked, but I like the feature of being able to actually pull up an app and run it whenever I want to, or turn it off whenever I want to.
Evie made a good point. He said, we're that's an irrigation controller though, not a hose spigot timer. So I mean, is there hose spigot timers with, I don't know, honestly. Is there just a regular hose spigot timer with that technology built in?
Well, that's what we had with the rain cloud. And then as sort of with the rain cloud, as technology on the Wi-Fi side started to progress at like 2 times the speed versus, the rain cloud technology, there were compatibility issues, and we're not going to sell a product that we know is going to fail. And that's where we kind of, for better or for worse, that's kind of where our decision came from. But I know that's in the works right now, and they're planning for something awesome here in 2023 and onward. Because like you guys said, there's a whole, in Utah, Nevada, it's almost mandatory. And, it's just something that Melnor is capable of, and will soon be doing. So
cool.
But yeah.
So you guys are mostly, would you say you're mostly catered to DIYers, like who are, really into their lawn, or even just, the average dad, or like, what's your main customers you're kind of going at?
Well, they're, because of, innovation limitations, and just our product limitations, I would say there are constraints to the type of consumer we sell to. So anybody that has their at-home lawn, just wants to make their lawn beautiful, or whether it's a family and they want flowers out front, not so much farm, but generally small scale lawn and garden, and supporting anything like that. But just a generic homeowner all the way to even people that like to clean, have cleaning services, or like to, I know there's a large community of guys that just they love cleaning their car on Sunday, and that's what they do after church. You know, and they want to be able to do it on their own time, listen to music, and they want to take it slow. So, I mean, making handheld tools that are powerful, you know, while also being price friendly. That's something that Melnor cares about. So, yeah, I mean, if there's someone that comes in or it asks me a question on social media and they're like, what do you guys recommend for, I'm trying to make, you know, 100-foot long bushes for a vineyard, just for example. You know, we have the products that could help you guys irrigate that. But we wouldn't be able to do full scale out of one operation, everything set up, you know, push button. You'd have to have multiple timers going, multiple sprinklers, you know, and soak. We have great soaker hoses, but you'd have to have 100. You'd have to have a lot of them hooked up together, and a lot of water flow. And so, I guess when you get past a certain threshold of size, it's just not efficient anymore. So we're in that range where small lawn and garden homeowner to medium size, maybe even touching the bottom size of large. I mean, and that's where, you know, our sprinklers that are like 4,500 square foot, that can cover a super large area, and that's going to help out somebody with a big backyard or a big side yard. So
yeah, it definitely sounds like you'd have to get creative with timers and stuff and really plan out your, you know, it's almost like you're running a small Wi-Fi network. You know, you're planning out when things turn on, turn off, you know, you have to program it all in, 4 different timers, 4 different zones each. You know, your guys are more geared towards a typical residential size yard homeowner. You know, Zach's got a little creative, but you're probably stretching kind of what the goal is. But, you know, if you pay attention to what you're doing, you set up 8 zones and, you know, stick to that. But I think having the ability to turn it off, you know, from inside your house will be really neat too. My assumption is, like, as far as cost and stuff, I'm thinking like, you know, a Wi-Fi garage door opener, you know, one where you can open and close your garage door in your app, or it tells you if it's still open, you know, like those are kind of simple programs. You can program all your sprinkling times, and then a little bit more if you want one where it has live weather and all this extra bonus feature crap, kind of like a Ring doorbell service or something. If you want to pay for some kind of a, I don't know, whatever, but, you know, these are in the double digits. You know, they don't have all those bells and whistles, but that would be the next step up.
On.
What's that?
Brent, didn't you leave yours on all night one night? Speaking of like Wi-Fi notification.
Yeah, that may have happened. That may have happened once or twice over the years. I may have, you know, accidentally been, you know, not following best practices and watering in the evening, and then totally forgot that they were on and woke up the next morning and shit my pants.
You're like, oh no.
Oh, yeah.
But no, but about the price point, I mean, so say for like the 2-zone Bluetooth, what are those, like $50 something?
Ranging from low 40s to 50s. Yeah, 4-zone, it's up there around 50. So, and that's what you're going to pay anywhere from, you know, with Orbit's multi-zone timers to Gilmore, Yardworks. So that's pretty general.
Right. So, I mean, I could say for myself, like, if I had a choice between a $50 Bluetooth, you know, let's call it 50, but, you know, $50, something like that. If I had a choice between, hold on one second. Yeah. So, okay. So the Bluetooth, the 2-zone Bluetooth timer, $49.23 on Amazon, for instance, compared to $54.98 at Home Depot, by the way, Google shopping.
Nice.
But so $50, right? Like, I know for myself, if I had the ability to control that over Wi-Fi, I'd pay a premium on that. So, I mean, that's something I definitely pay more money for. I wouldn't shy away from that because I'd be like, wow, this is way more convenient. It's definitely worth another, shoot, even $30, like just to be able to have the convenience of saying I can control it from my phone, from an app, anywhere.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, that would be great because I could, it's like a lot of mornings I'll be running around to get out of the house for work. And my wife and my kids are at home during the day, and they might be running out to go to the zoo or the aquarium or play dates or what have you. So it can't be like, oh yeah, hey, I'm gonna turn the sprinklers on. Can you move this sprinkler, the one time, and then turn them off after, X amount of time because I got to go to work. But if I could just put them on and then, drive to work and then, hey, let me switch the zone, do second zone, then shut it off from work. That I'd pay a premium for that personally.
Yeah, that's what the SoundCloud one's going to be, right? Or the Cloud Foam or the Rain Cloud one that they're remodeling.
SoundCloud.
What was it called?
Gonna get a Melnor face tattoo.
The Rain Cloud, right? Is that what it was? Rain Cloud?
Yeah, Rain Cloud smart water timer. So everything
that's the one where you could have done it from work, right? But they're going to remake it and re-release it here in the near future.
Rebuild it up, work on the innovation, and that's another aspect of this whole thing with reaching out to you guys and you guys graciously having me on, being able to hear you guys talk, and forever, however, like you said, however X amount of dollars you'd be willing to pay more for that simple convenience. I mean, that's big, to hear, and it's. For guys that are in your position, I mean, that's what you want. And, so yeah, I mean, we're working on that and don't have any promises, and I'm not going to share anything specific, but yeah.
Yeah. Don't give away any trade secrets or boardroom talk here. We don't want to get you in trouble, but I was actually flipping through your guys' website. I want to pull that up here real quick, but you guys actually have a nice looking website. Looks like it's pretty easy to navigate and go around. You got your sprinklers, smart watering nozzles, watering ones, kind of like what you said, put on the hose in there. So going to the smart, and I haven't always had an in-ground, growing up, we had some sprinklers, but we also had to hand water every now and again or certain places. And man, these things have come a long way since before that, so there's a lot of these different timers, some that just connect to one, some connect to 4 or 2. One that you can just
monitor. What's that? Soil moisture sensor.
Yeah, moisture sensor.
They connect to our hydrologic smart water timers, and when there's moisture in the ground that's at the previously selected level, and you can turn that dial on that head right there. Maybe click on that product and you'll be able to pull up a bigger image. But it'll shut down the cycle that it's on, and it won't let it disperse any water. So kind of have to play around with the moisture in the ground and see where what level that you're kind of okay with, and then next time it gets to that point and you say you don't want any more, then it'll cut it off for you.
That's something I was going to buy this year. Before is that compatible with the Bluetooth one as well? Like the old one?
No, just the hydrologic.
Okay.
So all of this hydrologic 2-zone, 4-zone, digital, those 3 look like.
Yeah,
it would work with those guys.
Okay. There's the Bluetooth one. Everybody's been talking about.
Sentry one too.
That's pretty sweet.
So that's your Bluetooth one.
I was going to ask you guys, as far as nozzles go, what are like some pain points that you guys deal with? If you use nozzles, what are they for? And what patterns do you guys use a lot?
Besides spraying the dogs down?
And the kids.
Yeah, kids.
Do any of you guys
I like these multiple. I like these. Usually when I get one, I always get these. Yeah, like this pattern ones where you can flip it around. And
yeah, I got that first one up there. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
That's
what I have on my hoses. The heavyweight ones.
Yeah,
tin.
the one on the top right, I think.
with the little back nozzle there. That
You guys
Oh,
have
yeah,
like
yeah.
a dedicated
ones I have.
hard one though, like a separate one that just does, because we got one of those and it's not like it's not a pressure washer power, but it feels like it's stronger than even the hard setting on those guys.
The Vortex cleaning nozzles, they have a special helix pattern spray. And
Okay.
it follows the natural tendency when you are cleaning to do circular motions. It does that on its own. It's
Oh, that's
pretty
cool.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's badass. I didn't even know that. Yeah,
we've got
we
other
just
nozzles.
stick with that. We just stick with that, like that first one that comes up on the website, the heavyweight 10 pattern one, what have you. Let me see here. Yeah, the
Well, that's what
heavyweight
they
10
do.
pattern nozzle with thumb control, that one. That's the one that we have on our hoses. And I would say we pretty much use most of those settings.
Yeah.
Because my wife's big into flowers, the flower gardens. And
I'd like to try that fireman nozzle.
Well, I was looking at this one. This one would make me feel like I was a fireman. Being able to, like,
Yeah.
pull the whole
That's
can
cool.
back and forth.
I like adjusting the flow because if I'm filling up a backpack sprayer and I don't want it to like and just foam
Yeah.
everything up. And then
for
also
sure.
like if I'm watering like a plant or something, I don't want to like beat it to
Lay it
death.
over.
I
Yeah.
like just kind of floating it on there.
Being gentle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
there's something about being able to go from the fine mist spray to hardcore in your face, that's gonna get the rim cleaned. It's pretty awesome. Plus, like some of our nozzles, they're rated up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So I mean, if you're going to be using hot water, we've got nozzles that are perfect for that. Keep your hand cool, and they'll last forever. I mean, they're great nozzles. But
Would any of those attach to the end of like a pressure washer hose end thing?
well,
Are those like universal sized and stuff?
they'll connect to a 5/8 in the United States and in Canada and in some parts of Europe. There's what's called a standard garden hose thread size, and that's 5/8 of an inch. And so all of our products come outfitted with that 5/8 inch hose fitting. So if you want to connect, say, that Mini Max head onto a plastic base, you could unscrew that, put it onto the plastic base, and then put a different head on that metal spike. And so, for you, Bill, since you've got so many Mini Maxes, if you want to maybe switch them out, or say that one that broke, all you got to do is take off the head and then just buy another head, or it'll be a different product all around. And that's what you're pulling up now. That's an innovation that came out a couple of years ago. Basically, what it does is it forces the water around the gears and out of the nozzles. And instead of going through the gears that cause, when grit goes through, or people that are using well water, it doesn't cause those gears to lock up. So that water
That's good.
is just completely bypassing that. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's a nice feature. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, usually those sprinklers get gunked up and a lot of calcium or stuff gets built around it.
Yep. And in anticipation of you coming on the show, Isaac, I was looking through the website and stuff, and I just saw a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't seen before, because like obviously like I have Melnor products. I think that probably we were talking about this briefly before we went live tonight. I think that probably 80% of people do, because you're a big player when you go, hey, I need to go get a spray nozzle, I need to go grab a sprinkler, and just I need these things, right? We just go to Home Depot, you go to Lowe's, and go to Menards, and like, shoot, there it is, right? Like, what are your choices when you go there? Melnor's one of those big choices. But one of the things that I thought was super cool is this Hideaway Sprinkler with the telescoping base. That thing's badass. I'm gonna get some of those for my front yard, and I'm just gonna like hide it behind my bush and like telescope it up so that it sprays over top of the bush. That thing's pretty neat. I'm gonna hide it right behind the bush.
That's where
Yeah.
you
So
get
it
it.
doesn't need to have much range.
Yeah, because you can make it as long as you need. Hide behind the bush.
Yeah.
Where is Nate?
Hey, listen, aren't we?
Where
Aren't we doing
is
giveaways?
Nate?
Aren't we giving some stuff away?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's do
yeah.
that. Let's get out
Was
of this
that
bush
something I heard?
talk.
We've been hanging out.
Let's get the names and let's announce our
All right.
long of the week.
So we're doing one giveaway to start with, and then we'll have another one at the end. But we are doing this giveaway, and Isaac, you'll have to help me on this because you and Nate worked this out, and I don't know the exact specifics of it. What is it? What was the sprinkler head or whatever we're doing?
So there's going to be 5 total winners for a product combo of our XT 451. This is the rear trigger 7 pattern XT nozzle.
That's the one that you guys have.
Not the 10 pattern.
Oh,
This is
okay.
7 pattern.
Okay.
And this is our 16 MQC. This is our quick connect system. So you got your product end adapter. Screw this in here. All right. Anyways, and then this will go onto the end of the hose that connects to this side. Screw this piece into the hose. I should have had a hose with me. And then you'll be able, while the water is running, you'll be able to quickly grab the hose, and you're already locked in. There's no screw.
that's the quick connect.
With.
Yeah, those are awesome.
So
That's
and then
something else I should invest in for sure.
That's a game changer.
this is our six pattern rotary spike sprinkler, and these guys are whisper quiet. So if you want to do early morning watering as early as 5:30 in the morning, you don't have to face any screaming neighbors or what have you. So they're all pretty awesome products, and I like the quick connects because you guys can jump in and out between products. Say you are watering, your grass or your flowers, your shrubs, and oh my goodness, my rims are dirty as heck. You can just jump over between products or hook up your lawn sprinkler. So whatever.
That's awesome.
But
yeah, I should get one of those because I'll probably use all 4 zones of each timer that I have set up for the sprinklers when it's time in the summer. But then one of them I'm gonna have to disconnect and use to water bushes and other sorts of stuff. So if that one's a quick connect, that you pick out which ones are gonna be the ones that you want to be able to attach real easy. Put the quick connect on there. That would be a time saver for sure. Because twisting them and stuff can be frustrating.
All right, so we're doing 5 packs of those, right? The hose and sprayer, quick connect, and then the sprinklers. That's 1 pack. Okay.
Yep.
So we're gonna do 5 of those. We'll do another little giveaway after that one. We'll explain that in a minute. But for everybody that wants to be entered in for that pack, we'll be drawing 5 names. Type in the word Melnor into the live chat, and I'll grab your name and enter you in. And then since we're around that time, you guys can talk about Lawn of the Week. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We got something special for Lawn of the Week this week.
yeah, we have a new grass type that has never won before that's going to win this week.
Never been seen before.
Never won before. Never had a winner with this grass type.
Crabgrass?
And that is what?
Crabgrass.
Yes.
Well,
Me
this is
with all the quack grass
centipede.
that's in my backyard.
Oh man, Brian, there's so many Melnors in the chat right now.
I know.
Oh god,
Centipede.
that's awesome.
Yard.
That's so-
Yard with a yard with an H.
Yad.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Centipede grass.
That's pretty sweet.
So cool. So cool.
These stripes.
Did you guys look up or do you guys know where he's located generally?
I think Georgia.
Didn't think so.
Yeah, I think Georgia.
And I
good.
think I saw a John Deere reel mower in the background.
Yep, up there by the truck.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's
The picture
You
in
know-
the corner.
Centipede gets a bad rep just because typically doesn't really look good. It's hard to maintain certain things that other grasses like. It doesn't like, I know it's just like an odd type to maintain. So that's pretty cool.
Is it like a native to somewhere? Because it's not a very common one you hear about.
I think it's native to the South.
Okay.
I also got
It looks good. He's cutting it short. I don't know if it's usually, I guess if it's a warm season, it's probably usually maintained short.
Where's Nate?
He's not
Yeah,
feeling
no.
well. He was a by the moment thing.
Bush latte.
yeah.
I know you were preparing for that that little joke at the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, congrats, Centipede.
Yeah.
Yard
That's
with
awesome.
an H.
Centipede.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I wonder if he's originally from Massachusetts. Yeah.
Yod.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Bostonian.
Yeah, man. Congrats. So shoot us a message.
So what
Centipede
did he
Yard.
win?
Yeah,
did
what
he
do the
win?
winners get?
And we will pass that on to Pro Pete Fertilizers. Your choice of MPK from any of the MPKs that you see on homedepot.com that Pro Pete sells. Go ahead and pick one of those out. Shoot it to us with your address and your name, and we'll pass that on to the Pococks, and they will ship you out a free bag of Pro Pete fertilizer for your yard. So big thanks to the Pocock family and Pro Pete for hooking up our Lawn of the Week winners week after week for about a year now, and no sign of stopping. So
Yeah, I actually saw he posted a reel and hit up the KOTG Lawn of the Week hashtag. That's one of the first ones that I saw. And I was like, oh, damn, this guy's lawn looks pretty fire, dude. So I sent that to you guys in the chat. And I think everybody kind of concurred that this guy was awesome. So yeah, hell yeah. Use that hashtag in a post or a reel. And we're always looking out for it, shooting pictures and now reels back and forth, discussing, debating. Don't use a story because those disappear after 24 hours and we'll probably miss it. So something that stays.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so Isaac, I got to ask you, what does your lawn look like?
Well, I'm on the East Coast right now, and we just had a frost actually. This past Sunday, I think it was 75 and sunny, and then the Monday literally prior of that week, we had snow. So anybody who planted anything, 2 weeks into April in my region, toast. So we're still kind of holding out with this cold temperatures and cold fronts, but it's going to be there, and I'm going to be challenging you guys here soon.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, like it's been rough. I mean, it's been rough on the East Coast. I mean, like obviously I'm north of you, but I'll tell you what, man, it's been rough. I was actually looking through some pictures today, just scrolling back on my Instagram page, and I was like, shoot, man, my lawn was I'm like a solid, I would say 3 weeks behind where I was last year. Just in terms of the way my yard looks and the way my lawn was looking. My lawn was looking just really good. And I was mowing in the first week of April last year. And like I did a first mow like last week before I went on vacation. And I'm probably gonna wait till the weekend to mow again because it's just not it hasn't really been warm enough to really kickstart. I mean, it's growing and it's greened up pretty good, but I'll tell you what, it's not growing at the same rate that it was growing at last year. Just because it's been so damn cold, and the fluctuations in the weather have just been nuts this spring. So that's a bummer.
And I guess that's, everybody's dealing with that right now. What is, I guess best case scenario, when would you guys like to see the last frost to happen in your area? And when it gets
Actually,
warm.
you talking about freeze reminded me that we have a freeze warning tonight, actually.
Oh
And I
no.
need to go out and cover up my bush, but I told my
Protect it.
wife I would, and I forgot. I was like mowing, and I showered, and I got on here. But yeah, we actually have a freeze warning tonight. Like,
Mm.
I just asked Alexa what the weather was, and she was like, "You have a freeze warning tonight." And we're like, "Oh, shit."
What is your bush? What is the plant?
And it's a Gibraltar Azalea, and it's already got some buds on it. And if it gets hit by like frost or freeze, it's not going to bloom. It'll still look
Yeah.
cool, but it won't bloom.
Yeah.
So,
We'll cover it up tonight, man. Don't forget.
yeah, I will right after this.
Gotta take care of it.
You don't want to regret that.
Mm.
Any projects you guys are working on right now that you guys are super stoked for this upcoming year? Anything, either new system or new kind of grass, new type of fertilizer, whatever it may be?
Well, Olee just finished chopping up a whole boatload of granite in his front yard.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah,
his-
he's got a
one of
whole
his little
fruit program
pieces
going.
over there. So he just
Yep.
planted that.
Yep, it's up and jumping. It's probably getting close to 3 inches tall now.
Nice.
It's moving.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I
was
got some
telling-
overseeding going to be happening here pretty soon as well, but I'm not sure if I want to do it now because we're going to be on vacation next month, and from what I hear, seeding Bermuda takes a long time, and I really don't want to be away for a week without having to water. So all this talk about these sprinklers and these automatic stuff, I need to get me one of them.
Yeah, you do.
Or get the neighbor boy over here and give him about $20-$40 to make sure my lawn is watered. But oh man, I'm excited. I am excited though.
How long does it take Bermuda to germinate?
From what I was watching online and everything and reading, is like, it can take anywhere between a month and a half, depending on, what variety you have. But, I got some Barrenbrook Hollywood Bermuda, and I'm thinking it might be probably less than 30 days, honestly.
It's great. That's crazy to think.
Yeah. Because
You got to be so
perennial,
patient. Oh, it's
I
hard.
think the perennial started germinating within
Forget
about
about
a
it.
week and a half. When I put that down last winter. But yeah, it is going to be, I got to get my patience in line for that one, but I'm excited. I'm so excited. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm so stressed out waiting like 14 days ish for my fescue to start popping up. I'm like, oh God, I totally failed. I couldn't imagine waiting a whole month before you knew, it's just like dirt. You're watering it every, 4 hours during the day. People look at you like you're crazy. Granted, you're just overseeding, right? So like you're not doing bare spots and stuff like that. So I guess it's not that. You just have to water it and give it extra water, I guess, right? Once you put the seed down, it's existing Bermuda.
Yeah, so
You're just
kind of
trying to
what I
thicken
did,
it up.
what I did during the fall and winter with my Bermudas. They told, I read that when you go in there, when you dethatch and you scarify it, you want to break those stolons and those or whatever, so that they stop kind of growing. And holy, I like this shirt.
No, I can't. I'm
You need to
sorry.
print that. You need
That's
to print
cool.
that.
That'd be a badass shirt right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, the Melnor logo. That's dope.
that's cool.
Hush Melnor shirt.
Yeah.
But no, basically it is going to be bare ground. I'm going to be tearing it up a lot with that detach and scarifier. And
Well, man, you
There's
got to
no-
get a timer then, dude.
yeah, I know. I need
Do it.
to
Get a timer, man. It'll be the best decision. You get some hoses, cut them to length, and get like the little, for like $3, you can reattach a new hose end. Twist it, but just cut your hoses to length and just set it up and leave it there and set the timers on from while you guys are gone.
I know. I got those. I got like 4 or 5 of the Melnor tripod sprinklers out there, and those work amazing. I love those. But yeah, then I have these other little ones but I want to, definitely invest in the sprinkler setup and automatic timer. That is key for me.
It sounds. I think I'm going to be hopping on Amazon tonight, getting me a timer, and I'm going to get some of those badass.
Speaking of which, like I went online to look. Isaac, are we able to buy from Melnor's site, or is it just like Amazon or like the Home Depot, wherever you get them?
Right now, we're selling through all the leading big box stores and through Amazon. We're kind of waiting to, I guess, gather interest and see if people would be willing to buy from the website. But right now, it's just through big box stores. I mean, what do you guys think? Would customers be led to go to the individual website, or would they just think go straight Amazon? Or I guess from the very beginning of the idea of a timer, I mean, you can speak on this, Bill, from when you thought about the timer, or not the timer, the mini maxes, to actually purchasing them, where you type it into Google best sprinklers for width and adjustment, and then you saw Amazon, you went there. Or, I mean, what do you guys?
That's exactly it. So me, if I'm interested in something, I'll Google it, or I'll look it up. If it's a particular product, I might look it up on Amazon. Everything's on Amazon, right? I mean, so that's how I found your guys' sprinkler. You didn't really have much at our Home Depot when I was initially looking, but your presence there is much larger now. You have a lot of the other sorts of things, but not that Mini Max Turbo one. So still through Amazon, but and that's cool, because a lot of companies have like their own Melnor or their own whatever store within Amazon. And if you guys are selling it through then it's a legit seller, versus like sometimes in the off season, people will upcharge them, like people buy them and then sell them for $40-50. And people ask, God damn, it's expensive. I'm like, no, dude, that's go to the actual Melnor folks and get it from them, or just wait. If they're out of stock, just wait for more to come in, or whatever it may be patient. So yeah, if it's not in the store, I like to be able to find it on Amazon, or if you Google it, be directed to some place where you can get it like the next day.
Honestly, I like to go to the company's site first, see what's available, see what you guys have. And then I usually will compare it to prices probably on Amazon. So if it's through Amazon, obviously everybody has Prime and you get your free shipping and stuff like that. If it's on the website, you may have to pay shipping or whatever you guys might charge. So usually Amazon's better, but I like to also see it on the website, just to verify it's like legit, this is a legit Melnor product, not somebody in China like painted Melnor on a sprinkler and trying to sell it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of goes both ways on that for me.
Well, yeah, and just ease of buying multiple products too. I always like to go through the manufacturer if they have an e-commerce site, because say I go on to y'all's website and I'm looking at stuff, earlier today I'm looking at stuff on the website and I'm like, oh man, the hose quick connects, like that's something I really would love to get. That way I just got a quick connect on the nozzle, I got a quick connect into the sprinkler, I can put a quick connect on the inlet hose, the inlet for my power washer, and then that way it's just like that easy, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, I want, I'll get those. And then I'm looking around, I'm like, oh shoot, well, I really like these sprinklers with the telescoping pole, what were they called again?
Wand.
The hideaway sprinklers. Like I was like, those are super cool, like, right? So I just look at it as like, if I'm sitting there poking around, earlier today on the website, I'm just like, oh yeah, look, just makes it easy, because you're like, well, yeah, oh, that's something I could use, and then you're not having to be like, okay, what was that thing called? Let me go back to the Melnor website and then go back to Amazon or what have you. It's just an extra step that, eliminates just in terms of ease of shopping, I guess. But I mean, either way.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely of interest. And that's something that we want to get into very soon. So this is just more proof in the pudding and validation for that. So, yeah, I mean, that's something that's coming soon. So.
All right, guys. Well, we got a giveaway. I got the names on the wheel here. So we're going to jump on over to the wheel. Let me get it up here. All right. So we've got.
That's a good looking wheel, Brian.
Yeah, it looks nice, huh?
Hot damn.
We've got 54 entries. Like, I was shocked. I just seemed like people were coming in. I was filling in names. I was like, wait a second, there's like more and more people here every single second. So anyways, we got a lot of people on here that are excited to get that combo pack from Melnor. So we're going to spin this 5 times. For those people that win, if you guys will Instagram your name and address to the Keep Off the Grass Instagram page, the one and only, and we will get that information over to Isaac and Melnor, and they'll be able to. Actually, no, we have. So we'll get that out to you guys. So name and address to us. We'll get those pack out to you. Hang tight. We're gonna have another little giveaway in a second. So here is for the first set.
Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hey-o.
Brian.
Mr. Soil Life.
Soil Live.
Congrats.
Cool.
Right. I need the name of that
Yeah.
song because I want to use that in a video.
You know, it's actually just says Crazy Clown. So I think it comes through on Wheel of Names. Maybe search that
That's
up
so
or
cool.
something and see if it's available.
I'm gonna
But
Shazam
here
it.
we go. Number 2.
Yeah, baby.
Casey Lawn. Man, I see those people that are right above it, like Joe. He's probably like, come on, just a little bit more.
Yeah, that's like
Somebody blow on that wheel.
blow it.
All right, number 2. I'm gonna shuffle it. I forgot to shuffle at the beginning too, so we'll do 3 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, because it looked like it was
There you
kind of
go.
going that same area. All right, number 3.
Yeah, baby.
Hey,
Hey-o.
go Politowitz. That's behind the
Go.
stripes, right? Isn't
Think
that
so.
behind the stripes?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's his real name.
Glad he won,
So-
but my boy Ryan almost won. So
I know, so close. Here, I'll do another shuffle. That was number 3, right?
Yeah, I think so.
One more shuffle. I think that just makes it a little more fun here. All right, number 4.
Yeah, baby.
Hey,
Oh, that was so
My
close.
God.
Oh man.
Right Guy's lawn. He was he a lawn of the week?
pretty
I think
sure
he was.
Right Guys, yeah. I just haven't seen him in the chat lately. So, Right Guys,
Congrats, brother.
congratulations.
He was lawn of the week and he won a giveaway on the same show.
Oh yeah. And then you won another giveaway. So hey, it pays to be lawn of the week, guys. All right. Here goes the
Awesome.
last one for the pack.
Yeah, baby.
man.
Yeah, baby.
You see how close that is, man?
Yeah.
It looked hairy to me.
Is it
I know,
always that
here-
close?
That's what she
I
said.
don't know.
Those were
But
tight.
another lawn of the week winner. Congrats.
Hey-o.
On the week winner.
He's New Jersey, right? He's
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Brent's gone by his house, so congrats.
Yeah, I went to go see the belt. Put my eyes on the belt in real life.
Yeah. All right, so thank you, Isaac, for giving away that little pack out to those 5 winners. They're gonna be enjoying those. So now what we have kind of a specialized giveaway, and so what this giveaway is it's a shirt and it's a koozie. Is that correct, Isaac?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to give away your guys' product without your permission or anything. So
No, yeah.
now
So
the shirt is a size large. That's where the catch comes in. So for any of you guys in the live chat, if you wear a size large shirt, or you know somebody, significant other,
Yeah.
something like that,
Your
maybe
wife could wear it to
kid,
bed.
wife, kid, baby, whatever.
super soft,
Um,
really great nighttime shirts.
Is it
Yeah,
the green T-shirt that
nighttime shirt.
Olee's wearing? Is it that green one?
And I got it
The
too.
one that-
Yeah, those are sweet. I love
Yeah.
mine. It feels good on my
Is
nips.
it the same shirt? It's these green ones with Melnor right here on
Yep.
the side. Awesome.
Sweet.
It's a good
All
soft
right,
t-shirt.
so
Yeah. That'll be a good mowing shirt for me.
clearly we had to get these ahead of time because I'm not a large. So anybody, if you are a large and you want a koozie along with that shirt, let's type in. What do you guys think? We're gonna use Melnor. What's the name of that Bluetooth one? Rain Cloud.
Rain
Ooh,
cloud.
Go
yep.
rain cloud.
Rain Cloud. All right. Type in Rain Cloud to be entered in for that large shirt and koozie. We'll do that. I'll try to get as many names as you guys put in for right now. And we'll go from there. So you guys will have to find something else to talk
Supply
about. for a
chain
minute.
issues. And weren't you saying something about the Bluetooth ones they're hard to get right now? There's just a issue with trying to get, I guess, supply chain issues. Is that right?
Yeah, logistics, supply chain issues. It's been affecting everybody, and we're not special. So I mean, it's been, especially with our timers, more specifically than other products, but closer to the end of the summer, if you guys are trying to find any in your local Home Depot or Lowe's and you're not seeing any, that's probably why they're bought out. So, but there are other options, and hopefully.
What about the sprinklers themselves, like the Mini Max sprinklers?
Those will all be in
The
stock
oscillating turbo ones. Those are pretty well stocked up. You should be able to find those. Okay.
for sure. Yep.
Okay. Sweet.
Well, there's a lot more large wearing shirt people than I thought. So you guys are going to have to give me a minute.
Well, that's good. That's awesome.
I was gonna ask you guys, because cutting grass and just being a homeowner, the perfect grass height, I mean, I'm sure is debated. What do you guys set your lawnmowers at, and what is the perfect length of grass?
Or what type of grass?
Cool or warm season. You talk to any of the cool season, they're gonna say as long as they're peanut, but you talk to the warm season guys, and they're gonna say as long as they're peanut.
I don't know.
I
What
mean,
do you
usually
guys-
between 3 and 3.5. I have cool season, mostly tall fescue. I'm in mid Missouri, a little bit of rye, but mostly all tall fescue. Probably sod was what it was before, that mostly died off and only the fescue patches remained.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I have.
And then I also
a
do
little
it.
over an inch.
Well, it'll also depend on the season too. Like a lot of us will cut it shorter in the spring and the fall, and then let it get longer in the summer because of heat. But I do about 2.5 inches for mine during the fall and spring, and then I do about 3 inches, a little more in the summertime.
I mean, I guess for those that are watching that may or may not know, what's the difference between hot and cold season, the different lengths between those? Why would you want longer in the warm season? Why would you want it shorter in the cold season?
Or is the growing season or the type of turf season?
No, during like spring and fall, and then compared to summertime. Like, Olee, do you let yours get longer in the summertime?
No, sir. No.
Oh, you cut it.
And last year I cut it a lot taller, and it's too hard to walk in. And then after a while, where the mower runs, it wants to lay over. And then with it that tall, I feel like there's too much moisture in the canopy, so it's more prone to disease and fungus. So this year it's being cut at 3.5, and you're gonna keep it that way all year. To me, it looks better. It's a whole lot easier to walk in.
Okay.
But a lot of people's theory is to cut it longer in the summer. Yeah, just to shade the roots, to shade the ground from the sun, that type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I like the airflow. The more I play with it and look into it, I'd rather it be shorter and it get airflow, less swamp, less swamp ass.
I mean, yeah, but even still 3.5 is super tall compared to some people, that's still tall. I mean, you're comparing like 3.5 to 5 inches. You probably cut it 5 inches once, haven't you? Or 4.5 or something?
Yeah, at 1 year, because that was the YouTube rave, 5 inch. But if you look at all of your cultivars and all their brochures, most of the tall turf type tall fescue will say 3 to 3.5 inches, and that's from the growers. That's from the farms, and that's what they recommend. I have not seen one of them say mow this at 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when we had Tuckahoe Turf on, that was one of the questions that I had asked him. Was like, what are they mowing their fields at, right? And I can't remember if he said 2.5 or 2 3/4, but it was shorter than I had anticipated. I was like, oh, okay, well that's interesting. And so like I had gone down a little bit lower. My wife likes low grass. She's like, oh, when I go out in the yard, like kind of like you're saying, like it's difficult to walk in, or so she's always like, when we're out in the backyard and the pool and at the kids in the summertime and stuff, and we're all just playing back there. It's like walking through the grass, a little easier to walk through it.
You have an Easter egg hunt. You have an Easter egg hunt and 5-inch tall fescue. You losing some eggs.
You're gonna be running over some eggs for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully they ain't got a dollar bill in them when you smack them.
That's right. Hopefully it's not the good ones, the ones with the quarters in it or something.
Oh man,
yeah, right.
It'd be sharpening some
Silver
blades.
dollars.
Interesting.
All right, so I've got the names. Man, I should have just left the wheel the way it was. My goodness, we got a lot of large size for everybody. All right, here we go. Let me open this up. I guess there's only 33, but I mean, hey, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, that's
considering. Awesome. All right, so there's going to be 5 more drawings. I don't know if we said that in the beginning. So we're going to spin it 5 more times. For 5, you will get a pack of a large Melnor t-shirt and a Melnor koozie together in that pack. All right, let me shuffle it. Remember to shuffle this time. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go.
Hey, you.
That's
all right.
I was about to start
Joe
freestyling.
Olee.
Yeah, right. You just gotta.
That's a new name for me. I don't.
Yeah, I
Is
haven't
this
seen
a new
Joe
viewer?
Lig before, but
Welcome,
reach out to
congratulations.
us. Yep, keep off the grass and just name, address, and we'll remove you, and we'll go for. We'll just shuffle again. 1, 2. Here goes number 2. Zach, try to freestyle.
Hey-o.
Hey, the bearded long guy.
Long guy.
Congrats, man.
Don't wear my large shirt.
Only guy I couldn't catch.
You don't
in,
think he does?
He
Heck
beat me in the
no.
step contest.
Drunk long guy. Who's the large shirt for?
I told you he's just after. I said he's just after the koozie, man.
You know he's gonna. You know he's gonna cut off at mid drift anyways. So he'll fit
Oh
him.
yeah.
I forgot
point.
about that. He's allowed to make a belly top.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
All right. Here's number 3.
yeah.
Hey.
All right, man.
Honorary, it's awesome.
Got
Good
a
to
lot
see
of
some of
Lawn
these
Week
OG
winners.
guys.
Yeah.
All right. So that was 3. I'm gonna shuffle it twice.
Giving away a ton
This
of
is
crap.
number 4.
Ooh, dad
All
bod.
right.
man.
Bloodline.
He won the
Right on.
Anderson's Yeti.
Cool, man.
He
Of
won
the
what?
lawn feed.
He won the Anderson's Yeti. Won on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Man, people are just winning all sorts of stuff on our show, aren't they? That's awesome.
Great reason to watch.
right.
Hey,
I know. All right, here's our last one, number 5 for a large shirt and a koozie. Oh,
Oh,
that was
Nice,
close.
good job,
Both of
Grace.
them.
Grace.
all right.
One of both of them.
Squeeze that one out.
Congrats, Grace.
Yeah, that's
Congrats.
awesome, Grace. Congrats.
So listen, if you won something, there's obviously 2 different prize packs here. So whatever you won, when you DM us on Instagram that you won something with your name and your address, please also say I won a shirt and a koozie, or I won the spray nozzle pack. Just helps us from having to go back and reference the video, because my notepad wasn't here to write down who won what. So just let us know what it was so we can forward that on to Isaac. Get that squared
Well,
away.
we will also go back and just review it too. So we trust you guys, but want to make sure everybody gets what they get. One time we actually, because when we do this many giveaways, we actually realized we gave away one too many, or we gave one too less, or something like that, and we had to go back and change it up. So, but no, a huge shout out, Isaac. We appreciate you coming on and blessing our viewers with some cool Melnor equipment and some swag. We hope they all appreciate that who won, and you guys will remember to give Melnor a shout out when you guys get that. And it was fun. Like I said, it's different for me to learn because all I know is in-ground sprinklers. I once in a while will hook my hose up if I have a dry spot, and so it's cool to hear companies like you come on and I get to learn something new about you guys and backstories and how your systems work. And I think you guys got a great product. A lot of new innovative stuff, which is pretty awesome. And so I hope everybody that's listening will go check you guys out and pick up some Melnor stuff of your own to help with that lawn or garden of yours, because you got to spend a little green to make it green, is what I hear.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. And I hope everybody listening learned something as well, thought it was interesting, and good luck this season. Hope everybody's grass is green as hell, and you guys grow some awesome trees, shrubs, and make the world a little greener. So appreciate it, and
Awesome.
Thank you guys.
That's it.
No, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
All right.
Catch
We will
guys
see
next
you
week.
guys next week.